Very excited and keen to introduce our APA tank. So this is a aquaponic type aquarium. Now this is our most sustainable type of tank that we've built, all out of repurposed material, and the design is to actually have it as sustainable as possible. So we're growing algae here under an algae scrubber. We catch the water cascading in through fine nets. We then have a settlement chamber where we're growing algae on shells, and finally the water passes through 4 sheets of Poret foam and a few cubes of Poret foam and then return to the tank in the top right hand section. What I love about this is we're embracing 2 key components. Firstly, we're having a very eclectic mix of fish from 2 different lakes that are kind of overlapping with each other, and therefore not creating that level of you're my competition, I have to destroy you. So we're able to have a lot more fish in the tank because of this. Really easy technique. I know it bucks the trend of being a specialist, but you know, that's what it's about. We had to employ a technique of finding a food that everyone could feed on, so that we've got a consistent feed where some people don't outperform everybody else, and that's what we've done with our egg omelette. So basically we make up it's a massive 10 egg omelette every single day with about 150 grams of nori, which we get as a flake. So we're feeding that predominantly now. Great results. The health of the fish is incredible. We're seeing no more intestinal bloat issues and no overdevelopment of certain fish. So we wanted to just pop in a food to showcase a more commercial style feeding here. So what we've gone for is just algae wafers, and as you can see, they're getting into it. So it's really cool to see those competing, or the multiple species overlapping with each other and therefore not really being that competitive, which I think is kind of cool, you know. So we're able to see a very full tank with a lot of bright color. We've gone for a mass planting in a sense with the large collection of red zebras, which really are just the most exquisite fish. This line is absolutely fantastic, so cheers for hooking us up with that. Then we pop in certain attributes of color, with such as that blue orchid peacock, you know, very uniquely colored, beautiful standalone fish. Looks great against the mass plantings that you see, such as the zebras and the whites. And then you see the other bips of color, like the compressiceps. Now, one of the reasons we've been able to have such heavy groups of fish is simply because of the design. So what we've done is, this tank's viewed from all 3 sides, and we've incorporated lots of large power shells that we've then bonded sand to. So each one of those shells, they don't take up much of a space in terms of the tankscape, but they offer a lot of habitat to the fish that are in the tank, and I think that's kind of important. And then we've layered on top of that, so that's provided at least 10 caves in the tank. And what we're finding is all of the ones in the foreground are utilized by the Brachadi and the compressiceps. And then we have a layer of rockwork, which provides the channels for the various cichlids, the larger open water type cichlids, the Mabuna, as well as the peacock types. And then finally we've added a lot of logs. So this is our branches that we're growing out on our property, and yeah, absolutely amazed. You know, it's lifted the height of the whole tank. We're finding that we're able to have really dominant species in the tank, but because there's that jungle gym effect and they're able to kind of hide behind, shoot around, intersperse their way through the logs, it works really well. Our next design is going to be utilizing a colony of frontosa in this tank, and I like the idea of using the frontosa because I find them almost resembling discus type fish. So they have a very acrobatic, almost very targeted and stylistic way of swimming. So I think that they will be able to negotiate and utilize this jungle gym that we've got here very, very easily. So hope you've enjoyed a quick tour of our APA display tank, and this is it under with the UV light running. So this is how we normally view it in the evenings. And unfortunately the UV light distorts the camera a little bit, but hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.